Alright, I'm gonna keep going here. The next quest is called A Strange New World, with the S. Well, shoot, the S is this weird, like, interconnected S thing, and the A looks like the symbol for... Oh, I don't remember what... I've used it before, I don't remember why, but it looks like a fish. Why have I written that out before? Is that a mathematical thing? I can't remember. Anyway. The A looks like a fish. The S is this weird, like one S on top of the other with like a little bit of like, some spacing. But anyway, there's a circle that's formed in the middle between the, whatever. We're fortunate this place can support life, albeit barely, I suspect, given the torpid, stale quality of the air. But never mind that, we must find Thancred. Let's begin our search from the prow of the ship. It seems as good as a direction as any. Try not to stray too far, lest we lose sight of one another. And we walk to the bow. I am currently... Ooh, merchant and mender, okay. I'm currently sage, just to get... I don't have much experience, like I've about 300,000, well, about... I don't care, about 300,000 experience points left to get sage to level 90. I don't think I'll be doing the same thing with a white mage, and I really don't like to quest on a healer because it makes battles slower, but generally also I kind of know when battles are coming, usually. This is a petrified dragon. Wow. So like this landscape also has like green mist here and there, just kind of floating near or around the surface. It also has these plumes of green fog, mist, steam, whatever, shooting up in some places. If you look up, you can see that there is that planet or moon above us, far too close. There is a live stellar dragon, but there are also dragons that have been petrified, turned to stone. Here we go with Alphino. Ruins, but of what, I wonder? We have indeed found ruins that are hard to describe. We have like elongated hexagonal walkway things, like these elongated hexagons, like stretched out hexagons, are forming a floor of sorts. Perhaps we can find something to help us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything. We'll talk to Graha to further this a little bit. He's standing outside of a dome, a large orb. Look here, this part is relatively intact. The intricate design of the top suggests it is man-made, though its builders were surely not men as we conceive of them. There are people here, which you can hear the footsteps, other players. Having said that, I swear I've seen this pattern before. It looks like a Christmas ornament, like blown up, like enlarged by a lot. There's a molten structure. It's like melted through. It's like a thin tower that's melted halfway through or some. The metallic pillar has been partially melted, likely sometime in the distant past. The damage does not appear to have been inflicted deliberately. Rather, it calls to mind the indiscriminate destruction often wrought in the heart of battle. Heat of battle? Heart of battle? Heat of battle, sorry. The heart of the cards. Heart of the star. We travel south, far south. One of our party members seems to have gone far south, or are we just solo? Oh, Estinian did, yeah. He's atop a hill looking down at some dragons, at where we just came from. There's portions of this planet, or whatever it is, that are broken off, just floating in space. And then, the dark, kind of purpley, pinky, roiling atmosphere? I don't know. I thought this hill might afford a better view of our surroundings, a poor decision in hindsight. Besides, the light from the ship all is shrouded in darkness. If Thancred is here, I'd never know it. From what I can tell, we are near the edge of an island, if you can call it that, surrounded by floating debris. Debris. Talk to Alphino back in that little sorta fenced in for lack of a better term, man-made area. Alright, dragon, you wanna go? Good idea to give myself cardio dynamis crystal. It's a crafting material. Interesting. Okay. Cutscene talking to Alphino. Were you able to find anything? I'll shake my head no. Can't see my eyes with this headpiece. I might have to modify it, but it's like a Geordie LaForge's visor thing that covers his eyes and gives him sight, because I think he's blind without it, or mostly blind. Or he was for some. I didn't watch Star Trek The Next Generation very much, but I do know some things here and there because my dad watched it. As I feared, and still no trace of Thancred. There's nothing but emptiness as far as the eye can see, which, unfortunately, isn't very far. There's nods from everybody. Though I can't help but suspect that someone or something is here. There are times when I sense it drawing close, and then a chill washes over me, leaving me exhausted. She's like shivering too, leaving me with feelings of death and anguish. I look around. I really don't like this head armor, actually. It's ugly. My options are, I think I might see something over there. It's a dragon. Or I felt it too when I was near that thing. I felt it too when I was near that thing. One of the dragons, I guess. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. They can't see the dragons. Oh my gosh. Before we jump to any conclusions, perhaps we should search elsewhere, says Y'shtola. Agreed. We've found only more questions when we are in desperate need of answers. Wow, sorry. There's a fair stretch of terrain from the ship's port side that we've yet to explore. Let's try searching there then. Mercy, a word before we join the others. Is it about the dragons that can attack me, but nobody else can see? Is that the word you would like to have? We head back to the west, past some of the petrified dragons and some of the living. This is the way we came, so yeah, back 2 is very accurate. All the only moving beings aside from myself and the Scions that I've seen so far have been the dragons. And again, occasionally there are petrified ones. Now we have lesser stellar dragons, whereas in the previous we had stellar dragons. Estinian is standing kind of like in the middle of a large ring of like 5 or 6 of these lesser stellar dragons. You see them too, don't you? The dragons. As I thought, their presence is tenuous at best, but there's no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Midgard Sommer and mine with Nidhogg is what allows us to perceive them. Could these apparitions be related to the dragons that now live on Aetheris? Bah, better to leave such conjecture to the others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well. Death and anguish. What happened to them, I wonder? Okay. Oh, chasm of green mist there. Little, but still. Want to avoid it. Although we probably can't fall. Yeah, we can't fall in, obviously. This game does not allow you to jump off cliffs and die. Although, no, sorry, that's not right. You can, but only if there's actual land to be jumped off to. You can't jump into the abyss like you can in World of Warcraft or some other games. Here's Alice. We've got this Herman Fernandez doing his own questing. Right where we are. Cutscene. We're looking at an aetheryte crystal, which is weird to have here, I think. It's misshapen. And we see some, like, white...
Dragons? Here?
They're white.
What you see is a memory of a world that once was.
She's, like, floating in the air, but you can see this, like, rippling disc thing that she's standing on. And when I say white, they're kind of like white with like some light silver veins, and I don't know how else to describe them.
A world suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
What? Their world is dead?
It is. Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
Oh, more like white dragons with white veinery or white. It's yeah, white, off-white, eggshell.
Our friend Thancred. Where is he?
Various white colors forming.
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not?
Oh no.
Oh yes. He is here and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words. Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist, in like manner to the oblivion I send. I tried to drown out your ether with dynamis. Beginning with this Thancred, who came at me despite being unable to breathe. Such a simple thing, unmaking men. In the blinking of an eye, he was gone. Didn't even have the chance to be transformed. Yet somehow, he managed to leave a slither of himself behind. What you call the heart? Or perhaps the soul. In his final moment, he cried out from it. A single word.
Minfilia?
Survive.
Oh.
That wish proved stronger than the despair that ruled here. It overpowered it, causing this space to be remade.
Huh.
Into a place you can perceive, and where life can endure. That you draw breath is proof that his soul lives on. For how long, however, remains to be seen.
Well then, we should hurry and tend to business.
Estinian does a dragoon dive at her. She disappears. He strikes the ground.
It's futile. You will never reach the true me.
At least he didn't disappear like Thancred did.
I told you, Emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter in its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch. Walk, but not advance.
It is officially 1 hour later than my landlord slash housemate said his guests would likely be here. We'll see how it goes. At least he hasn't yelled again. Like,
Meteion holds too much sway here. How do we contend with a foe who can unmake us on a whim?
and why hasn't she unmade us all?
I do not know. But Thancred gave his life that we might come this far. We must press on.
Agreed. We cannot turn tail here. Not without something to show for our comrade's sacrifice.
Alright, A Strange New World is complete. We get our choice of some pink, purple, or so lotus pink, plum purple, or regal purple dyes. Or take an elegant silver piece for 500 gil. Not much of a purple guy. Even with my dragoon. I also don't really dye. I'm not even sure how to dye things, so whatever. I'll just take the gil. And that hits Sage to level 90 as well. When you do get a new, it's called Numa. Paul, Nancy, E, U, Mary, A. 2-minute cooldown. Straight line damage for 330. Potency for the first it hits, 40% for any remaining. Restores my own HP of party members within 20 yalms. 600 potency, which is a bit better than Diagnosis. And the same as Druocoli, except for Druocol, whatever it is, without the MP restoration. Restores HP to targets under the effect of Cardion. So yeah, it's a 2-minute cooldown, AoE heal, line attack, and also grants an even bigger heal, like, you know, that extra Cardion heal to whoever my Cardia target is. Okay. Put that over here. Cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. We'll talk to Early on J for the next quest coming up. Here we go. Later.